the Republicans are just at a huge advantage because they're able to talk about the issues that the American people care about, that of lowering prices, gas prices, food prices, combating inflation, making sure that we hone in on energy independence and stopping this chaos at the border.
CPAC is heading to Dallas today. The Dallas-Fort Worth airport chock full of conservatives racing to a hotel just about 10 minutes from this studio where we broadcast from. It's an eager bunch recovering from the losses of 2020. Conservatives are back up on their toes now, heading into what they believe will be a big fall midterm Republican advance. Former President Trump will be here, Jim Jordan, Ted Cruz, and much of the who's who of the party influence. After a successful primary night last night, most of the CPAC crowd will be even more pumped up. With that, let's introduce one half of the team that puts this important meeting of conservatives together, Mercedes Schlapp, who is right down the street from us now at the site of CPAC 2022. Mercedes, great to see you.
Thank you for having me, Doug.
You normally have this convention in early spring or late winter time outside Washington. We know that you moved to Orlando last year because of the pandemic. Why this time of year? Why August in Dallas, Texas?
Well, I mean, you know, when we're looking for 100-degree weather, why not come to Texas, Doug? No. But, you know, what we have seen happening right now is the fact that there's, by popular demand, we're finding that one national conference is just simply not enough. So while we originally have done CPAC in February in Washington, D.C. And in the Maryland area, and then we moved it to Orlando, Florida during the pandemic. Right now, we also, last year, we had our first very own CPAC Texas. It was a huge success. People wanted us to come back to Texas. Obviously, as you know, Dallas is kind of just that center where you can have so many people from the West Coast come down or from the Midwest come down as well. And we just attract thousands of conservatives from all over the country. And it gives us an opportunity right before the midterm elections, several months before the midterm elections, to really hone in on what needs to be done to make sure that we have a big tsunami wave happening, red wave happening in November, and really gear up our grassroots activists so that they're prepared to get involved in these local, state, and federal elections across the country, and then obviously be able to hear from the national conservative leaders who will address critical topics. And our theme this year for this conference is Fire Pelosi, Save America. And that is the goal as we stay focused on making sure that we win back the House of Representatives and the Senate.
CPAC is not without some controversy always from the progressive press, and they're eyeing the convention again this summer because of the invitation that's been provided to the Prime Minister of Hungary, Viktor Orban. He's the subject of a lot of controversy. He's a very strong anti-immigration or illegal immigration, anti-illegal immigration. I've been very strong on that in his country. Has he been indeed invited to CPAC? I went through your lineup of speakers there, and I didn't see it there. Is he coming or is he not?
Yeah, yes, the Prime Minister is speaking on Thursday. As you know, we did a CPAC Hungary back in July. Matt, as well as many of the CPAC delegation, including Candace Owens and several others, met with Viktor Orban for several hours. And I think where we find huge common ground here is the fact that he rails against the woke culture and he rails against the left. He's the antithesis of George Soros, who obviously, you know, he has pushed back against as well. I think it's very clear that he wants to come here to America, talk about what he's done to be able to push forward pro-family agendas in support of families within his country. They're very proud of their Hungarian identity, as we are very proud of our American identity, which is a mix of many races, of many ethnicities. As you know, I'm Latina, married to, you know, an American from Kansas. And it's really, I think, something that we can come and share the principles about freedom and pushing back against these radicalized leftist agenda that is really trying to seep not only here in America, but in other countries across the globe.
Mercedes, thanks for addressing that. I appreciate it. Let's talk about the primaries last night and results, some of which still have yet to be tabulated. But you've been talking about the big red wave come November. Does last night's results lend itself to a big red wave or not?
Well, I said yesterday, I tweeted this out, which said the best political endorsement to get is that of President Trump's, and the worst political endorsement to get is that of President Joe Biden. You see these Democrats really distancing themselves from Joe Biden, many of them keeping it open that they might not even support him in 2024. I mean, who would have ever thought when it came to an incumbent president? With that being said, obviously for President Trump, those that he has endorsed, for the most part, they won. They won last night. It was a huge night for President Trump, a huge night for these America First candidates in these different states, including Arizona and Michigan. And I got to tell you something. It is the Republican Party. It is the conservative voter. They're motivated. They are ready to go. They want to make sure that they stop these Democrats. And look, you're seeing this across the board, even with Hispanic voters in these different states, where the approval rating for President Biden is at a mere 13% or 19%. It is debilitating for the Democrat Party. And also, I think that the Republicans are just at a huge advantage because they're able to talk about the issues that the American people care about, that of lowering prices, gas prices, food prices, combating inflation, making sure that we hone in on energy independence and stopping this chaos at the border.
Yeah.
And I think that the voter is ready for that change.
Mercedes Schlapp, have a great convention. Enjoy Dallas. I'd advise you to stay well hydrated while here. And thanks for coming on with us. Okay. All right. Bye-bye.
Absolutely. Thanks, Doug.
Hi, I'm Doug McKelway, and thank you for watching Centerpoint. We hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure you hit the subscribe button and tap the bell icon so you're notified every time a new video is posted. Leave a comment below and keep the conversation going by sharing this video with a friend who needs to see it. Thanks for watching. We'll see you back here tomorrow.